Wherever you go with your babe, go with your babe. When I know my soul, I definitely wouldn't miss a thing. When you're missing your own and you're wondering if I'm following, just know wherever you go with your babe, go with your babe.
So I'm starting out with my MAC Fix Blur spray and just spraying this evenly around my face and waiting for it to dry, but as you can see I got a bit bored of waiting for it to dry, so I just rubbed it into my face. And then I'm priming my face with the Bourjois Happy Light Primer Serum sort of thing, and this just mattifies and minimises pores. It's great. So I just applied this in my T-zone, around my nose, and just around like my cheeky area. For my foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Foundation, and I know that Instagram Baddies use a really full coverage foundation, but I just went with something that is kind of medium coverage, so it still covers everything and gives you a flawless look, but it isn't too heavy, and it definitely does not feel really heavy on your skin, so that's why I love this foundation. And plus it's really cheap and it's drugstore, so but what's not to love about this foundation? It's great. And then when's it coming now? For concealer, I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is probably my all-time favourite concealer. It just doesn't look cakey whatsoever. You can literally apply as much as you want. And I just applied this to areas I want to highlight on my face, so under my eyes, my forehead, down the side of my nose, my chin, etc. And blending that all out with the Velvetines sponge. But Instagram Baddies love to sculpt their face, so I'm using the Maybelline Contour Stick, which again is a really good product if you use the right amount, otherwise it looks a little bit muddy. I'm applying this on my cheekbones, my nose, my chin and my forehead, and blending that out with the pointed side of this sponge, just so I can really, you know, precisely blend this out and make sure it doesn't go like everywhere. And I just think this gives a really nice contoured look without being too dramatic. Then to highlight, this is probably my favourite product at the moment. I know I've said that about like 5 other things, but this seriously is so good. It's a Maybelline Strobing Stick. Mine's in the shade 200 and it is just insane. I think it's something like £5 or £6 and honestly it's completely worth it. I'm just applying this to the top of my cheekbones and blending it to my brow bone, and also applying some on my nose as well. This is just, so good. Buy it, please buy it. To set my contour, I'm using the Bourjois powder, and you guys know this has literally been a favourite since I started my YouTube channel. But I'm just bronzing up my skin and also setting the contour with this, and this just gives you a really nice bronzy look, which the baddies seem to really like. So to intensify my highlight, I'm using the Becca Champagne Pop highlighter, which is so good. If you're wondering why I made that sad face, it's because it was kind of cracked, but wait till further down in the video for the most heartbreaking moment. Moving on, but I'm just applying this to my cheekbones, up to my brow bone, and also a little bit on my nose, and I'm applying a little bit on my cupid's bow, and this just gives the illusion that your lips are a lot bigger than they are. So to achieve the on fleek brows, I'm using the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in the shade Medium Brown, and I'm just using this to kind of really define my brows and make them a lot darker than they naturally are, because Instagram baddies have the best brows ever. Like, how do they do it? I don't know, but I just really tried hard to make sure I filled in any sparse areas. Also slightly arched my brows as well, because they seem to have really nice arches in their brows and mine just kind of curve like a caterpillar, but whatever. And then I'm cleaning up my brows on the top and the bottom just by using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and this is like a perfect match to my normal skin tone, so I just use this to really define the lines of my brows and to give them more of like a polished look. Also quickly set my face with some powder just on areas that get a little bit shiny throughout the day. So taking the Kyshadow Burgandy palette, I'm first starting out with a shade called Beach, and I'm applying this through my crease up slightly higher to my brow bone as a transition colour. This just works perfectly because it's not too intense, but it still works really well. Then I took the shade called Penny, which is like an orange peachy shade, and applying this kind of all over my lid and in my outer V, kind of darkening up the colour, and then doing the same with the shade called Brick, which is like a mauvey colour. It's so pretty, and I'm focusing this colour more into the crease and not on my lid, and doing the same with the shade Almond, just darkening up my crease a little bit further. Brighten up the eye look a little bit, I took the shade Naked from the same palette and just applied this on my eyelid to kind of brighten up, as I felt it looked slightly messy. So yeah, I thought this made the look 100 times better. And then to highlight my inner corners, I'm taking this shade from the Morphe 35 palette, and look at this shade, it's insane. But I'm applying this in my inner corners and on my brow bone to really brighten up the look, and I feel like the baddies do this a lot, so you know, I got inspiration. Guys, this is the heartbreaking moment I was on about. So my Becca highlighter fell on the floor, and yep, you guessed it, it's smashed, and I just don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to do that DIY alcohol rubbing thing because I can't live without this highlighter, so God help me. And I'm taking the shade Beach just on my lower lash line to kind of blend all the colours together and just to add a little something more. And then using the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper to set my brows in place. So for eyeliner, I'm using the L'Oreal SuperLiner and just doing a perfect wing. But that thing happened, you know, when you apply eyeliner and you apply more eyeliner, and it just got really thick. But I'm applying lashes, so hopefully it won't look so bad. So for lashes, I'm using the Eylure Fleur de Force Fully Fleur eyelashes. These are just so pretty and wispy, so I'm just applying these to my eyes. And then adding some mascara just to blend my natural lashes with the false ones. So to line my lips, I use the Rimmel lip liner in Spice, and these are really good lip liners, and they're only £3, so they're really good. And then I'm using the Huda Beauty liquid lipstick in Trendsetter and just applying this all over my lips. And as you can see, it kind of is orangey, so then I went in with the Lime Crime Velvetines liquid lipstick in Sasha and just applied that on top like a really light layer to give it more of a cool toned look.